um,
I picked that name in.
I think we was reading some of the comments, and I think somebody, one of the comments said that,
She needs something.
yeah, I can't do this no more, something like that. I really need
A man, a
a
husband,
man, a
something.
husband, something like that. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I got it from. And the reason why I kind of targeted that, or because she was not the only one. I mean, I used to do the same thing. God, I really need this. I really need. I would tell God what I need, and that's when I didn't realize who I was and didn't realize what God was to me because it wasn't revealed to me. And I had started to kind of tell God, "Hey, Queen Renee," I had started to tell God what I was in need of instead of me humbling myself and allowing God to institute what He knew what I needed. You know what I mean? Like really trusting in Him. And I started to recognize that I started to mix up my needs for my wants, stuff that things that I wanted, and I would kind of substitute it and make them my needs. And it was really it really wasn't a need. It was something that I wanted to fulfill my lust in, because it was a lust. So um I did an Instagram live this morning, right? I don't think my baby, you didn't see that Instagram live.
Not yet. I'm gonna look though before the day over with.
And what I was talking about,
Go to Instagram, you guys, and follow him on Instagram. The Process Life Vito.
and what I was talking about was how my eyes were open yesterday. And it's amazing. This is not the first time that I've done this. I've done this before. You know how your eyes can be open on something, and then the next thing you know, you just kind of go with the flow because your eyes are open, and now you're able to say, "Okay, yeah, I got it now." But then, some months down the line, that darn thing will sneak up on you again, and the next thing you know, you are you're kind of operating in the same area of wanting something more than what you need. And you really don't need it, but you just want it, right? So I did a live Instagram this morning, and the Instagram was the live Instagram was just talking about how how my eyes were open yesterday, and how I had to really humble and submit myself to get out of this struggle of wanting something out of season and expecting God to give it to me. I don't care whether or not it's in season or out of season. I want it. In other words, I want something and had to accept that it was not the right timing and it was not the right season for it. And I had to, also be honest that, the majority of things that I do desire to have is really not a need. The majority of times it's a want. Okay? And sometimes sometimes I struggle with that thing back and forth. Especially when something that you've been desiring to have for a long time. All right, case in point, I wanted a sports car. I wanted a sports car. I've always wanted a sports car. I've never had a sports car. When I was younger, I wanted a sports car. When I was a kid in elementary school, that's all I used to draw on a piece of paper was a sports car. I wanted this type of sports car, and I just wanted a sports car. And some of you may say, "Well, Vito, that's normal for a man, to want that." Well, I'm one of those normal men, okay? And yesterday, well, I'm gonna tell you what triggered it too. Now, hold on. My wife came home one day talking about she saw me in a white Corvette, right? And boy, why did she say that? I mean, what she was saying could have been true, but that doesn't mean it was for right now. So here I go. I start dancing, talking about, oh yeah, okay. Woo, thank you.
Prayers.
Woo, thank you. See me in a Corvette. Didn't even think about saying, okay, when? When did you see me in the Corvette?
That's a good question.
And you know what? That right there would have just nipped everything in the bud because she would have honestly answered, oh, I don't know when. What you talking about? I don't know when. I just saw you. I already know how she do it. That's why she laughing. That's how she do it. when I, she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. She do that little note, just like that. She put that little thing right there. I don't know. And that right there would have said, oh, okay. Well, if you don't know when, but you saw it, and I don't know when, well, just, by you seeing it, that doesn't mean that you're supposed to go out and try to get it. Or just even try to look. You shouldn't even be looking. So, of course, I looked at her and I said, I think it was maybe about, no, what, no, about 20 minutes later.
10.
About 10 minutes later? Okay. I said, so what we doing today? She looked at me with a smile on my mouth. Well, what you want to do? I said, and she just started laughing because she knew what that was. I wanted to go look at some Corvettes. Well, we got to the dealership, and this is what the Holy Spirit dealt with me today too. We got to the dealership. Nobody wouldn't greet us. Nobody wouldn't come out and say, hey, how y'all doing? No, right? I want y'all to go with me because I'm going somewhere with this.
Just stay seated.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere with this. So my wife, she got upset because nobody wouldn't greet us. Customer service, She big on customer service, me too. But I'm not as big as what she is. I can't let you come out because I'm like this. If I want to go get something, you ain't going to stop me to come get it. And when I want something, I'm going to find who I need to help me get the paperwork done. Hey, give me that right there. Do the paperwork. You ain't even got to even talk to me. That's the way I am. But my wife, she's different when it comes to things like that. She wants the customer service thing. She wants the people to come out and greet you, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that. I think that's very applicable. She should expect that. And in some cases I do. But when there's certain things I want, I don't care less whether or not you come out and greet me or not, because you ain't gonna stop me, right? So then we went to another deal. So okay, hold on. We left that dealership because she wasn't feeling it. So hold on, wait. I got it. I saw this Corvette. It was 2 Corvettes. So I got in the Corvette. Kind of just sat down in. The guy, he went to go get the key and everything. Got the key. Sat down, cranked it up. Boom, sounded good. Boom. I was like, yeah. So Divine come around on the driver's side. I know. I looked at Marshall and said, "Babe, you want to come sit on the passenger side?" Rule number 1. Brothers, if your wife don't want to come sit in the car on the passenger side, that's a sign right there she ain't feeling it. When she's standoffish, she's not by the car, she's not leaning in the car, she's not looking in the car, that's a tell sign right there that something ain't right. So then Divine, she comes around, and when she comes around, she looks, she said, "Daddy, where's the back seat?" I said, "Well, baby doll, it's not no back seat. This is kind of mommy and daddy's date car." And she was like, "No, it needs a back seat where I'm going to sit." I said, "Boy, look at this here." I said, "Yeah, okay." So I looked at my wife and looked at her, and she's like, "I ain't feeling this. I'm just not feeling this. I'm not feeling this." The main where it started from is she wasn't feeling it from the start because it wasn't no good pleasant atmosphere, and the customer service was not good. All right, we left there. Went to another dealership. Now this time I'm already like, okay, I'm gonna go along with this thing, but I already know where this is gonna end. Went to another dealership, same thing. We had a bad experience with the salesman.
Let's just say we had 4 bad experiences.
4 bad experiences. So
Went to the 5th one yesterday.
yeah, was it yesterday? Now we did it again. Was it yesterday? Cause we did it. When did we do it? Friday? No, that was last week when we did that right there, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the 5th
But
one.
yesterday we went out to go look again. Really, actually, we're going for a drive, right?
It's supposed to be a family.
It's supposed to be a family outing, but it turned into Vito wanted to go to a dealership and look at some cars. All right. So I said, you know what? Forget the Corvette. I don't want the Corvette no more. After, Divine talking about there's no back seat in it. Okay, no Corvette, no Corvette. How about the Camaro, the SS Camaro, or the Z01? Okay? So we went to the dealership, got out. Nobody approached us. Okay? We didn't like that dealership. Got back in the car, went to another one. Nobody approached us. All right. Next thing you know, we got in the car, went to another dealership. I'm serious. I'm serious, y'all. We stayed no more than probably 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes at the most. Got out, went to another dealership. That was the 3rd one. So the 4th one, we ran into another dealership. The guy, he came and greeted us and everything. He was okay, but my wife was like, he don't shut up enough. He don't want to listen. He was steady talking, running his mouth, right? And I was like, yeah, you're right. Come to find out he didn't have no vehicles on the lot that I like. None. So then we go to the last one, which my wife said on the 4th one, this is what she said. She said, babe, all they have to do is come out and just say, hey, I want you, I'm with a customer now, but if you give me a minute, I'll get someone to help you. And I was like, yeah, you know what, baby, you're right. It's kind of, that's, she said, that's what,
Still a customer services.
Yeah. That's what a prominent customer service is. It's like a person who knows how to really deal with people and make sure that they know that they are there and they're being heard and they're not being neglected or ignored. So we went to the 5th one, and immediately when we pull up, a guy come out the door and say, hey, I'm with a customer right now, and I will get someone for you. Just hold on for a minute. Let me go find someone for you. And I just looked at her like, golly, she right. She said that if good customer service, they will make sure that you are seen. They will acknowledge that they see you. And then they will come out and say, hey, I'm with a customer right now, but if you give me a minute, I'll get someone. Or just letting you know, give me a minute and I will be finished with them in a little. But the guy did that on the 5th one. He brought a salesman to us. Salesman's a pretty good guy.
His name Levert at Beaver Chevrolet.
Yeah. And
shout out.
Yeah. Pretty good guy, great salesman. He knew everything about the Camaros and what I was, looking for. So yeah, he said, well, and I asked him what Camaros he has on the lot. He showed me the Camaros. I didn't like none of them. Then he said, well, we got one in the showroom. I said, okay. We looked at it. That joint was nice. I have to admit, it was nice. Wasn't nice, babe? It was nice. And he said, you want to take it for a test drive? We did all the preliminary paperwork, and not to write it up, but just kind of get a little bit of information here and there. So he said, why don't you take it for a drive? So yeah, we took it for a drive. So when Divine was getting in the car, Marshall, she was pulling the seat up so Divine could get in the car in the back. And Divine, because she doesn't have the height right now to where her feet and her knees is touching flat on the floor of the car in the back, then her legs is going to be upward like this. Because she have to sit back, her legs is going to be up because her legs is not long enough. Well, Marshall had to move her seat all the way up, close to the dashboard, and Divine feet still the folded back so Marshall can sit down. So she had to sit up there and go Indian style while I test drove the car. I was like, you know what? This is just not God. It's not God. I just know it's not God. I already knew it wasn't God. I knew it wasn't God when we first went to the first dealership because there wasn't nobody greeting us. Because see, when God is in the midst of something,
It flows.
everything flows. Everything flows. You don't have to search for a salesman. That person is going to be right there. Matter of fact, you don't even know what you know what you're looking for, but it's one of them things where everything flows. It's like the car that you really, really God knows that you would like. That very car will be right there on the lot. You don't have to worry about trying to get the salesman to try to look for it online to see if they can find it at another lot. I'm just saying, things just flow. So you come to the conclusion, okay, this is not God. So check this out. Right, the timing wasn't right. And the timing, that's absolutely Linnell. And so after we come to that conclusion, we was outside. I had to have my moment.
And the salesman let him have his moment.
And the salesman and my wife, I heard her say, just let him have his moment. Because right now,
he's screaming.
I'm screaming at the top of my lungs like, yeah! I'm looking up at the sky like this, like, yeah!
Y'all know how you do when you waiting for something you ain't seen it yet. You know it's not God.
And you know it's not the right timing, but you want it to be the right timing, but it's not the right timing. And you will try to manipulate, manufacture, orchestrate, put that thing in the way you think it's going to be, in the way you want it to be orchestrated so you can say, I got it, I did it. And it didn't work. I heard my wife say, just give him a minute. Just let him have his moment because he's tugging right now. He's accepting defeat right now. He's accepting defeat.
God has won again.
God has won this again. Huh? He won again. And that was like me, like, yeah, God, really? And God was like, yeah, it's not time. So then, after that, after I acknowledged and accepted, then I started looking at pickup trucks. By that time, I didn't know what I was. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what was going on. Everything changed. I looked at that pickup truck. What about that pickup truck? You like that pickup truck? How about that pickup truck? You like that? I don't like none of this. None. So
he said all that to say, we think we know what we need.
Learn how to accept God's timing on everything. I know many of you who are single, you desire to be married. You desire to be a wife. You desire to have a husband. You desire to have that feeling of being in the zone that you have this husband or this wife, brothers, who you truly desire to be connected with. But God knows the right timing for everything. If we can just learn how to be patient and accept, that's why it's so important to be careful when you listen to people say certain things. You have to be wise about when people come to you and give you a report. Girl, I saw you married. Girl, I saw you with this guy. Y'all got married. You have to be careful when people say things like that. Because just because they say it, that don't mean you're supposed to go out and try to make it happen. Mm-hmm. It just only means that maybe God is confirming this is what I'm going to do if you just be patient and wait. It's very important to understand not to get carried away when you see a dream. You see yourself married, you see yourself with this individual that you've been looking at, and this person, that you've been kind of having the eye for and wondering whether or not is he the one, wondering whether or not, God, he is really handsome. Or you brothers, you may say, well, she's really fine. Well, I like the way she looks, Lord. I mean, is this my wife? Could this be my wife? We have to be careful not to allow what we really want to substitute what we really need. Because when it's pertaining to us needing something, only God knows what you really need. For us to tell God, this is what I really need. That means that our maturity level is not there as being a child, because a child doesn't know what they need. But when a person who says that they know what they need, I'm talking about a person who proclaimed to be saved, they love God, they receive Jesus as a Lord and personal Savior, however way you want to put it, they really at that point where they may say, well, I know what I need, and this is what I need. They have not matured to the level of knowing the difference between being a child of God versus being a believer of God. Okay? We still are in this flesh, and we still, are going to be tested in areas, but we also sometimes our flesh is going to desire to have things, and we have a desire to do things. But a lot of times we have to still check our motives and check, why is it that we're doing why is it that we desire this? Why is it that we want this? What is going to benefit? How can God get the glory? My wife said something which I already knew, but she reminded me, and I already knew anyway. It ain't like I didn't want to hear. And it was like, really, it was one of them things where I was thinking like, yeah, I shouldn't even put myself in that situation. I already know that. She said, babe, when God do it, she said, it's going to be something that you never would have thought of. It's going to be one of them experiences where you can be like, wow, God, you blessed me with this. And I already know that. But still, I needed to still hear that. Why? Because my mind needed to be refreshed again. It needed to be renewed. And so I was telling my wife, you know what? I don't have no favorite car. God darn it. I don't have no favorite car. Now don't get me wrong. Cars do look nice. But right now I'm training my mind to say, like, you know what? Don't even think about a sports car, what type of car it is. Don't even think about that. Let God be God and let God surprise me with what he desires me to have, that it's going to be a blessing. I ain't going to have to worry about whether or not I'll be able to afford the payments or not. I'm not going to have to worry about whether I have to put any money down. Things are just going to flow. Even if I have to put some money down, I'm going to have the money, and it's not going to be a burden to my family. Things are just going to flow the way God desired to flow. That's only when God is the one that is orchestrating what his desires is for you to have, and not something what you desire to have and trying to say, God, can you endorse this? Can you endorse my desire? Or God, can you bring my desire to pass? Well, son, if you really want what I really have for you that will bring glory to my name, just humble yourself, submit yourself to me, and allow me to implement my desire, and I will show you what my desire is for you, and that's how you love me more. That's how you're going to draw to me more. That's how you're going to trust in me more. That's how you're going to know that I am your father and you are my child. But until you get that thing in your spirit, you're not going to know what it feels like to be a child being blessed by the Father.
Because you don't know what you want.
Because the child don't know what they need. The child don't know, what the Father's plan is for their life, and what our Father is orchestrating to bless us with, not but just us, but it is to bring glory to his name. So if you can hold on and be patient and don't allow, your own desire to get in front of what my desire is for you, then you're going to be okay. So the moral of this story is, you just wait on God. Wait on God and stop thinking that what you need is really what you want.